Welcome to Mindspace Podcasts, the only property we don't get to sell. Mindspace Podcast. Thanks once again for tuning in, for joining us, and we look forward to having a good conversation today. Men. We have issues. And the main problem, we die with our issues. We don't express ourselves. We keep it to ourselves. So today we are not talking much about investment, about real estate. We are talking about getting that mind right for investment, for family, for anything. Remember, if your body and mind is not right, you can't do anything much. So today we are touching on a very special topic, which is about mental health, about men talk, about wanaume tunaweza jisaidia aje. Wanaume mpo, but even the ladies, you can listen. We don't discriminate. So today, I have a special guest for you. I have Alan, I have Kimotho, I have Mike. Karibuni sana. So, welcome to Mindspace Podcast. And today, feel free, we are easy. Our listeners will ask, our viewers will ask some questions and we get to answer them. But most importantly, let's have fun, let's flow with it. So we start with the introduction first to get to know who our guest today. So we start with Alan, because your name starts with A.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you, sir. Thanks for having us. Thanks for having me. Alan Asava. I'm a life coach, relationship coach. Most importantly, I'm a mentor, especially among young people, besides being a minister. Yes.
Relationship coach.
Yes.
Nice. You coach couples on how to behave.
Couples. Couples. Basically, when we talk about relationship coach, just helping human beings understand the dynamics of relationships. What makes relationships work? What make relationships fail?
Yes.
Yeah, so that people know where they belong, where they're coming from, where they are, where they're going. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. Good.
Yeah.
Gonna have a lot of fun.
Yes.
Personally, I have a lot of questions for you
Sure.
on that.
Bring them on, bro.
Mike Delisa.
Yes.
Who is Mike Delisa?
Mike Delisa, my real names are Michael Lisalia, but kwa lugha ya mtaani, what we call me mtaani ni Mike Delisa, and that's in short of Lisalia. So I'm the founder, I'm the director of TheMantalkSpace. So happy to see you all on board.
Okay. Good. Then we have Kimotho.
Kimotho Mest mwenyewe.
Kimotho Mest mwenyewe. Karibu.
Thank you. My name is Moses Kimotho, also known as Mest. I'm a mentor of young men and also young girls. I'm also a table banking consultant. Yes.
Table banking consultant.
Yes.
So you'll tell us how to make money.
Exactly.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. Karibuni sana. Thank you for those who have tuned in. I see the first one is Vanessa Magiri herself. Hey, wewe mama. That's my wife. She's here watching. Huh?
She's your follower.
She better be.
We always say in relationship coaching, we say marry somebody who will follow you.
Yes.
Become your number one fan.
Yes. Good. Me, I'm a number one fan. So, yes. So I also see Nicholas Joroge, Elvis Yitsa. Oh, what's her name? Elvis Yitsa. His brother, I am locked and listening. Liz Kituku, Sonu Depnat, Mwenda DM, MC Kawa Motipapas, Jite Babu, Lucy Mishuki, and I see Jite Babu is tuned in. So, thank you. I've been observing you guys. Like, for example, when you came to my office, I saw the passion in you in many issues. I saw the way, when you're inviting me to the event of Karen, and I was wondering, why are you so vocal about men issues? Why? Why not women issues? Or any other issues?
Personally, it's from mode of experience. I've been brought up in a house that is female dominated. Therefore, as a man, I have no space for myself because once I turn this side, as a woman, I can be said as a woman, not to degrade any woman. Thank you, man. Thank you, Joshua, for what you've done for me. I'm not degrading you. However, there's a point as a man you reach and you need a man to work with you, which is what we men lack. And that is why I purposed myself to mentor young men. That is why I purposed myself to work with young boys and guide them. And I love it when I see those young boys come to me when they're in their second year of campus or they're in their first year of campus. They tell me, man, unajua venye ulituambia ndivyo iko. Venye ulikuwa unasema mambo ya finances, mambo ya nini, hivyo ndio tunapata. So mimi nikifika hapo, I have a heads up in front of the other people who we are with in our class. And when you hear that, you get satisfied. You know you have done something. Plus, I'm also a father to a boy. I'm also a father to a girl. I need people who will walk with them also. I need somebody who can come into that space where I can't reach my son and tell them, young man, this is what needs to be done. This is where you need to go. This is how this is done. And I also need a man, when my daughters get to that age of marriage, I need a man who will have walked with another man, so that he can know how to handle my daughter. Yes.
Nice.
Then to add on that, I think female are very well mentored. Ukiangalia kushoto kulia, if anything happens to a lady, backup yao it's very, very, very big than men when it comes to men. If I may ask, if you hear the word GBV or gender-based violence, what comes to your head?
A man beating a woman.
Yeah, but it's the other way. It's the other way around.
Yes.
Even as men. Yes,
So the beating doesn't have to be physical, right?
Yeah. Anything, GBV, it's anything that unafanya kitu ambao ina irritate or something not good to the other person. Yeah, like pointing a finger, that's GBV. Yeah, so it entails a lot. So for men, nadhani this kimbegu of us, tumeachiliwa sana. I think the society brought us in a way that if you see a boy falling down, then utamwambia, we amka. Amka kimwanaume, unajua.
Be a man.
Be a man. So your be a man, I think inatuweka kwa shida mob sana. Yeah. It's misused, yani inatuweka kwa shida nyingi sana. So that's why we came up. Every man has a problem.
Yes.
Yeah, sisi wote tuko na shida tofauti. The problem is we don't have the the safe space to speak out or to air out our views. Yeah.
Wow, okay. Wow, good.
Yeah, with the issues of women empowerment, it has made men an endangered species. Men don't know how to cope with these empowered women, and it's become a reality. And to us, we draw a passion to the fact that we are living in a society where men don't just know how to relate with empowered women. Because with women empowerment issues, men seem to be so left behind. And it has created an aspect of an inferiority among men. Men are intimidated by
Empowered women.
Honestly speaking, we don't know how to relate to women who are extremely empowered. So when you are having this conversation with men, we are trying to get men to come along to understand how to relate with women who appear to be so far ahead. But number two, there are two types of men. There are men who are nurtured. You should be very privileged if you grew up in an environment where maybe you had a father, mother, brother, uncle, people who nurtured you to be means there were accountabilities, there were authorities that were exercised above you, and then there are men who nurtured themselves. They were very well. Like some of us, when we were growing up, we didn't have father figures around us. We didn't have men around us to look up to. So it kind of we raised ourselves. There's a danger when a man raises himself. Checks and balances. Become his own man. And today men are their own men because there are no checks, balances, there are no accountabilities, there are no people exercising authority. Ask any man who are you accountable to? 99% of men around us don't have men they're accountable to. And that has led to men living not as they ought to. Yeah.
Wow. Amazing. So, I mean, you talked something about being accountable. For example, if there's somebody you look up to, and maybe your father, but he does not provide that figure for somebody to be accountable for you. So, how does somebody do that? I mean, what options are there for a man? Especially you look up to somebody, but you don't like the direction, you don't like how they behave, how they carry themselves.
Or sometimes there's no one to look up to.
Exactly.
If you don't have people to direct you, because we say, if, for example, if a man is orphaned, means he has no father. There are uncles around. Maybe the uncles who are around are not role models. So what does he do? Maybe if he looks at the church community, maybe there are no people to look up to. Yeah, that man will have to find a way to raise himself. If he does not have people to point him to people he can look up to, then he has only one option, to find a way of looking up to himself to raise himself.
Oh.
And that becomes very dangerous. No one was designed to look up to themselves. Even with the things of God, the accountabilities. There's always need to have somebody you are looking up to. And today, again, honestly speaking, I don't know which man wants to be accountable to another man. But again, we cannot do without accountability. Yeah, and that's why, again, when we come about the concept of mental health, it is hard for men to talk to other men, because for you to talk to another man, it means you must have trusted that man so much for you to talk to him about what you're going through. But there are not those people we can freely talk to when we are dealing with issues.
Wow. So, like now, for example, within the family setting, you don't have somebody to look up to. What other options?
Maybe for me, what I advise men, I usually tell them, if you want to cry, you cry. But make sure you don't open up about what you're going through, because by the end of the day, what goes around your mind, if you want happiness, you still have to look for that happiness. You're the one who will make that decision to have that happiness. If you want to be stressed, you're the one who's gonna make that decision. So make sure you look for someone, a good friend or someone who's close to you. Share with them, speak up, because speaking is therapy in its own, and it will really help. If I may take you back, if you see at the suicidal cases that we normally handle on a daily basis, most of them are men. If you go to prison, most of them are men. Any crime issues or drug abuse, alcoholism, look at the percentage between men and women. You see men, the percentage is high. So it's high time men look for other ways to air out and share what they're going or what they're experiencing. Yeah.
Wow. Yes, Kimotho.
I'm sure most of us have listened to Tupac, and in one of his songs he says, "When there was no one to cry to, I turned to the street to where I found love." And that is what is happening in our society. There's that embrace that a man can give you, as a man. There's an embrace that a man can give you, and you feel accepted. You feel at home. When you don't have it, you go looking out for it. And very unfortunate, sometimes where we find that embrace is in bars,
Wrong places.
is in crime. That is in church you're pushed away. In this, like you injured, I'm not crucifying anyone. In Jeke, sometimes you might find you're pushed away. In Kiama, you'll find you're pushed away instead of receiving that embrace. And when you're supposed to find that embrace is in church, is in those safe spaces that we think are safe. Not in crime, not in pubs. If we find that safe space within those confines of our cultures, then the man will be restored to where he's supposed to be. The honor of the man will be restored to where it's supposed to be.
Wow. Wow, good, amazing. Thank you so much for those who are with us today. And your questions are very important to us. If you're a man, if you're a woman, and you have a question for this gentleman, this fine gentleman right here, please type it down here. We'll be right back with you.
Are you looking for a prime space at Karen that will guarantee you high visibility, traffic for your business, value for money, modest prices, and reliable management? Look no further than Vista Karen. Myspace Properties is proud to present this establishment stored in fast-growing and demand area of Langata. Visit our website for more details. Welcome to Rafiki Center, the most prestigious strip mall at Babandogo. It's prestigious because of 1, its location, 2, the structure. Rafiki Center is located along Babandogo Road that attracts traffic from the CBD to Babandogo stage. And the notable structures around the facility are Lion's Made Factory, Ken Afric, and Rigo Pharmaceuticals. It's a 3-storage building complemented with an elevator and a very spacious parking that holds up to 100 vehicles. Spaces remaining. Call us now to make a reservation. Karibu sana Babandogo. Rafiki Center, the most prestigious strip mall at Babandogo. It's prestigious because of 1, its location, 2, the structure. Rafiki Center is located along Babandogo Road that attracts traffic from the CBD to Babandogo stage. And the notable structures around the facility are Lion's Made Pharmaceuticals. It's a 3-storage building complemented with an elevator and a very spacious parking that holds up to 100 vehicles. Spaces remaining. Call us now to make a reservation. Karibu sana Babandogo. Welcome to Rafiki Center, the most prestigious strip mall at Babandogo. It's prestigious because of 1, its location, 2, the structure. Rafiki Center is located along Babandogo Road that attracts traffic from the CBD to Babandogo stage. And the notable structures around the facility are Lion's Made Factory, Ken Afric, and Rigo Pharmaceuticals. It's a 3-storage building complemented with an elevator and a very spacious parking that holds up to 100 vehicles. Spaces remaining. Call us now to make a reservation. Karibu sana Babandogo. Welcome to Rafiki Center, the most prestigious strip mall at Babandogo. It's prestigious because of 1, its location, 2, the structure. Center is located along Babandogo Road that attracts traffic from the CBD to Babandogo stage. And the notable structures around the facility are Lion's Made Factory, Ken Afric, and Rigo Pharmaceuticals. It's a 3-storage building complemented with an elevator and a very spacious parking that holds up to 100 vehicles. Spaces remaining. Call us now to make a reservation. Karibu sana Babandogo. Welcome to Rafiki Center, the most prestigious strip mall at Babandogo. It's prestigious because of 1, its location, 2, the structure. Rafiki Center is located along Babandogo Road that attracts traffic from the CBD to Babandogo stage. And the notable structures around the facility are Lion's Made Factory, Ken Afric, and Rigo Pharmaceuticals. It's a 3-storage building complemented with an elevator and a very spacious parking that holds up to 100 vehicles. Spaces remaining. Call us now to make a reservation. Karibu sana Babandogo.
Yes, welcome back. Welcome back to Mindspace. And thank you for tuning in, for being with us. And at this point, I let my good friend Alan Mtumishi, Mchungaji, moderate this section, especially on the mental health issues.
Great. Guys, this is November. It's a of November, and it's dedicated to mental health, especially among men. So, as men, I want us to briefly just highlight the core causes of mental health issues among men. Just maybe one each. Those core issues that contribute hugely to mental health related issues among men. Maybe we can start with you, Mike.
For me, I think assuming is the biggest thing that we normally have as men. We assume a lot. And assuming entails to something else that affects us afterwards.
So men assume?
Yeah, we assume a lot.
We assume you're okay?
Yeah. We assume, even ignore the other person. Assuming Alan is doing okay, if Moses is doing okay, we assume a lot.
We assume you're a man, you're supposed to take care of yourself.
Yeah, sure.
We assume that men are supposed to beat all the odds. We assume that men are strong enough to deal with their issues.
Yeah, sure.
Which is not necessarily.
It's not right at all.
So men shouldn't assume. We should not assume that because my brother appears the way he appears, he is the way we think he appears. So great, that's good. Mike?
We don't have a safe space for excuse me. We don't have a safe space for our issues where we can sit down with other men or sit down with anyone and consult on what we are going through and even discuss it. Neither do we accommodate people who have issues within ourselves. We don't take that time to listen to them, and we also don't take time to express ourselves.
Okay. So how do we create those safe spaces? How, as a man, what do we need to do to create
safe spaces? Allow yourself to be vulnerable and allow others to be vulnerable to you. You need to have a circle of men who you work with, who you can open up to. You can tell them, tonight we had a fight with my wife. Or they can tell you, tonight my wife didn't come home.
But Mike, when we talk about, Mest, when we talk about vulnerability, then we talk about trust. Can men be trusted? Who out there can be trusted? Because I cannot be vulnerable to somebody I cannot trust.
That is why I say you need to create a circle of men who you can trust, who you can be vulnerable to, without being judged or without you judging them.
Okay, where are those men found? Oh, to apart up your.
Begin with yourself. You begin with yourself.
Begin yourself.
Yes.
It has to begin with you.
It has to begin with you. Definitely in your own circle, there are men who you know. Who you want hata nikakuwa na kufa, I can open up. There's always that one friend.
There's always one person.
There's always that one person. That person who can spot that you're doing well. There's always that one person.
It's hard in a world where people are busy, even when they're busy doing nothing. It's hard to find, for you to look into a man and see that they're dealing with something. It takes something.
That is why we need to create those circles. We need to create them amongst ourselves.
But believe you me, there's no one who is busy. If you can create time to go to the loo, then you can create time to go and so no one is busy to me. That's number one. I rule it out.
But the people who appear busy, there are people who appear busy. I'm not saying they're busy. They appear busy. They pretend to be busy.
Yeah. That is why I think that is why he said busy doing nothing.
Busy doing nothing. Yeah. Yeah, of course, the people who are busy doing a lot of nothing. You can be being busy and being productive is the two different things. You can be busy, not productive. But again, like I said, we are living in a generation where even men who are doing nothing appear to be extremely busy. And maybe that's why we lose it. But going back to what Mike, you're saying, we assume a lot. How do we fix assuming a lot? Because that's true. Men assume. It's easy to assume that we're doing fine when actually a man is not.
But by assuming, that means running away from reality. You want to face what's ahead of you. So for me, what I normally advise men, I tell them, face what you are facing face to face. Come face to face with what you're facing. You understand? Usijaribu kudoja ati unajua tu vizuri when you go home, maybe it's past time ama maybe you have an issue with your wife. But you want to spend all your time in the bar drinking, assuming that ukienda home hizo vitu zitakuwa zimepungua. No. Instead you are creating a lot of more problem. So the best thing ni enda ukiwa sober. Let me tell you, a conversation yenye ni face to face ni hard sana upate mnapigana ama ufanya nini. Kwa ajili when you look at my eyes, when you're talking to me, kuna kale kafia mi wanganako, unaelewa? Na pia kuna ka respect kwa hiyo unaelewa na shimba, huyu Alan, why should I do this? Then it's high time you calm down. Yeah, so the best thing to solve issues, go face to face, don't run away from the issues, face them.
So, for example, a man who don't want to come home early because he has problems at home. So he prefers to stay away, hoping that by the time he's getting home, those problems will have sorted out themselves. How does that man confront himself? Yeah, because he doesn't want to go home because there are problems at home. Maybe home is not the safest place he wants to be. So how does that man confront himself to a place where he deals first with himself before he goes home to deal with what is waiting for him at home?
What space would that be?
Yeah, because he doesn't want to go home.
Yes.
Because if he goes home, akienda home, bado ni tafash. Ye mwenye ako na issues zake, home kuna issues, so he has to deal with these issues to go deal with issues at home. So as long as he has not dealt with himself, he cannot go home to deal with home issues. So how does he deal with these things?
And you know very well that men are head of the house.
Yes.
So if you run away from reality, then who do you expect to come and sort your issues? So hiyo mambo ya kuassume ina create a lot of problem to us men. Kitu ya kwanza, you go to the bar or wherever you go. Maybe utaenda ufanye kenye unafanya, utarudi tu utapata mama amefura. So either way, ni either msota ama mpigane, GBV sawa kuna bali inaingilia. So the best thing ni kuje mpatane, ongea story, maliza. Kiswahili usemanga kuzoea si mbaya, lakini kuzoea ndio mbaya. So you will make it a routine, and routine will make it to make you be a slave of that thing, and that will come and destroy you one day.
So, Brother Mwenda, so how do you go about a man who is not ready to face on his issues? Yes, because there are issues he does not. Maybe he's not empowered to deal with the issues he's dealing with. So he keeps hoping that maybe one day those issues will do what? Resolve themselves. Disappear and resolve themselves.
Of course, one thing for sure, when you're born a man, you're born a leader.
That's right.
I mean, that comes with it. You can't run away from that. And of course, being a good leader is being able to solve as many problems as possible, even in business. The more you solve problems, the more money you make.
That's right.
So I think it's a culture we need to build of solving problems and not running away from the problems. Since, for example, many men would go maybe sit with other men, as you said, go to the bar. Others will go to a mogoka joint. Others will go smoke some joint. Before they go home, wanajitibu. But Rito, do you know you're adding more problems?
Yes.
Now you're adding more problems to your health, to your brain, to your work. Especially I've seen some people who have become alcoholics because of stress. They can't be at home. So where are they?
In the bar.
They are joint joint ya changa den. Hata wanapotelea huko kabisa. Hata wanasahau nyumbani. And they end up being miserable. So for me, of course, is to say, hii maneno ni kuvumilia and talk to other men. But one thing maybe I would ask Kimotho, you said finding a group of men. For example, many will ask now, who do I? Do I call Mwenda? Do I call Alan? Who is it? People you work with, your friends, your neighbors. What's the best way to do it?
Identify somebody who understands. That is the first character of those friends you need to add. Somebody who takes time to understand. Somebody who doesn't judge. Somebody who is willing to listen. And somebody who is willing to talk. I have one friend who's called Captain Anthony. Captain Anthony, we've grown up together with him. So whenever we were sharing things, whenever you would go to him and share something with him, you are expecting him to give you a solution. So when you finish telling him your problems, he'll now tell you, now because we are here, what do you think about it? He doesn't give you a solution, but he will ensure that you have come up with a solution yourself. You'll go cry. Tell him this is happening. This is not right. This is not okay with me. It's pressing me. It's depressing me. And then he listens to you. Finally, he asks you, what does your heart say about it? Those are the kind of people you need. It doesn't matter where you put them, but there are those people who you can identify within your circles and say, this guy can be reliable. This guy can be reliable. You also need to understand your friends. You also need to understand the people around you. Because if you don't understand them, there will always be friction. That's right. There's a reason why your wife is still in your house. Because you have understood her culture, she has understood your culture. She has chosen to accept you the way you are. So even when you are at fault, there is a way he knows how to approach you, and she does approach you. So it is basically understanding each other and understanding who you're dealing with. You understand that this guy does not, this friend of mine likes whiskey. This other one likes brandy. This other one totally doesn't drink anything. And then there's this other one who can do anything. He flows with whatever is flowing. Just take time to understand everyone around you. Yeah.
Then I remember when we were doing our therapy session in one of the areas in our community. We went there, then another mzee was talking to the guys who were seated there and told them, your action, your responsibility. That's right. Yeah. Kimotho, know the people around you. Understand the person who you are hanging around with. Understand them better. Kama mimi mwambianga the wife, na mwambianga wewe ni mchizi wako. Wewe mchizi. Yani know you are mchizi. Kwa the more unamjua vizuri, the less the problem you have with them. Yeah, so know the people around you. But truth to be told, men at times, some men, Kenya utaniambia ndio itakuwa story ya kesho. Nikiwa nimekalia round table nikisukuma helicopter. Hapo ndio Alan unajua alichapwa na bibi yake. Hao jamani mjinga.
Aliongea wasijui ali. So guys, I'm a believer that one of the callings of men is to provide solutions. Provide solutions and solve problems. Because we are here as men, we're talking mental health-related issues. What solutions do we have for men? For a man outside there who is struggling with psychological, mental issues.
Number one, for me, what I'll tell them, kama kuna shida, the first thing you have to do, accept. When you accept, it will be easy for you to adjust. But if you don't accept, then adjusting will be another thing. Okay. So accept first, then adjust from there.
Okay, yeah. Accept and adjust.
Yeah.
Don't hide anything from yourself.
That's powerful.
Don't hide anything from yourself.
What you're saying, men should learn to be vulnerable to themselves.
Yes. You are your own medicine. You are your own medicine. As much as you will go to talk to other people, as much as you will go to find solution from other people, but it all begins with you.
Wait, Mr. Why do people correlate vulnerability to weakness? Is vulnerability weakness, really?
No. In my view, no.
It's not. Actually, I was telling guys today that actually you realize that every man's strength is hidden in their vulnerability.
Why people relate it to weakness is because if you are vulnerable in the wrong space, then it will kill you. It will kill you. It will faster than any other drug. It will kill you faster than any other drug. Because you don't expect me to come tell you, my wife did this and this and this. Then tomorrow, the topic in the bar where we sit is, hey, Baba.
Or alternatively, this man comes, opens up to you.
Yes.
You take advantage of that.
Yes.
You see an opportunity
to milk him.
To either milk him or take advantage of the situation. There are men who, when a man tells you, by them having issues with my wife, now this man realizes an opportunity for me to hit
Go
on
to the wife.
Yeah, you're right. So you have to be vulnerable, but in vulnerability, you have to do it in right spaces.
Yes.
If you do it in wrong spaces, it will expose you.
But before you're vulnerable to people, you have to also be vulnerable to yourself.
First.
Because you have to agree, this is a problem. And I cannot handle this problem alone.
That's right.
Because you need to seek help.
Yes. I need to talk to somebody. I need that safe space. I need to have a clique of men where I can sit down with them and discuss. There's this program that is run by Pastor Simon Bevy, the Man Enough program. I know of that program, I've attended it, and I know it has created forces, cliques of men, where men come sit down and talk their issues, and they're vulnerable to each other. Okay. And they talk to each other. They have weekly meetings or monthly meetings, they're vulnerable to each other. They share everything that is going on with their lives, and they help each other through it.
Wow, that's good. So
that is also a starting point.
Yes, I have a few comments from our listeners. Tune in from Machakos, Peter Kranja. Great topic. Men mental health is wanting as we bottle a lot and relieve ourselves through destructive behaviors.
Yes.
We have already talked about that, right? Then another one. True. If vulnerable in the wrong places, that will kill you faster. So you need to choose who you're being vulnerable to. And Pia, even that's about character, person's character. If somebody tells you something in private, keep it like that.
Let it be that.
I mean, when you measure content, you measure.
I remember when we were there was this wall hangings that were there.
Yes.
And one used to say, when you come here, what you find here, what you see here, what you hear here, let it remain here. And I loved that mantra. I loved that mantra. And I still use it. What happens in Vegas stays in Vegas.
Yes.
Simply.
Yes.
But Alan, also, truth be told, men in good position to help other men, they don't do it.
Yeah.
They don't.
Why?
They fear. Yeah, they fear. They don't. I can attest to that because even the TheMantalkSpace where we are now, ladies support us more than men. Why? Because unajua sasa hapa huyu jamaa piga compare ama sijui utaenda ufike ujue ufanye. Yeah, so men, if you're in a position to help another man, leave no man behind.
Maybe there's somebody who's going to watch it, maybe this show tomorrow, a man battling mental health related issues. That one word of hope that maybe would keep them alive for another 1 day, 2 days. Because when men are in that state of being, they can do anything. So maybe around what is that one word you tell that man? That man who is battling depression, man dealing with intense moments of stress, maybe because of unemployment, whether it's economic pressure, whether it's relationship-related stress. What word would you give to that man? That a timely word to keep them hoping and believing that it's going to be well.
Okay, for me, I'll tell the men out there that kuparara ni poa, kukaa vile utakaa ni poa, but never give up.
Never give up.
Yeah, if you want to cry, you cry.
Fight. Don't stop.
Keep pushing. God will lead the moving.
The sun will always rise in the morning. And when it's darkest, know that it's just about to rise.
That's right.
When it's darkest and coldest, it is just about to rise. Don't give up.
Exactly.
Don't let go.
They say sorrow may endure for a night.
Yes.
But joy.
Yes.
Yes.
Morning is coming, right?
The hope you need
Yes.
is within yourself.
Exactly.
The hope you need is within yourself. As dark as it may be, the hope you need is within yourself.
Wow.
There's something you said extremely profound, and I'm a believer of that. That for everything you're dealing with, you have answers.
1 Corinthians 10:13.
Yes, you have answers.
It says, not 1 Corinthians 10:13. It is, I think it is 6 something, where it says, "No temptation that has overtaken me,
It's not common.
that is not common to man. But if every temptation, there is a way of escape."
Yes. There's always a way out.
Always a way out.
Way out.
You just need to be hopeful enough.
Wow.
They say even the devil can fight you hard, but not long. He doesn't know how to do long. So if
Long
you just long battles, you know how to hit very fast, those fast ones. So if you take him for a long one, at some point he'll have to give up. That's why he says don't give up, because the one who was put in that place will give up faster if you hold on further.
Wow. Actually, there's a mantra you mentioned. It reminded me of something I always go by, which says, there are 3 things. Always keep God first.
Yes.
Number 2, make money. Number 3, never give up.
Never give up.
Yes.
Put God first, make money.
Yeah.
Never give up.
Never give up at all.
Yes.
So men should not give up.
No,
don't give up on yourself.
Don't give up.
It doesn't matter how bad it is.
Yeah.
You can give up on anything else other than yourself.
Yeah.
If your relationship is not working, give it up. If your business is not working, give it up.
But as long as you don't give up.
Don't give up on yourself. Don't give up on hope.
Great.
All right, good. And of course, we might be saying this, but in reality, like if you look at the suicides, there are more men involved in suicide than women. Why is it so?
Men bottle up everything.
Men are bottlers.
Just before we got to the show, we were talking about how we were being told, man up everything. You are a man, don't cry. You are a man, you will sort this out. But nobody tells you, hey, you are a man, yes, but if it's weighing too much on you, let it go. Nobody tells you that. They tell you, man up. Nobody tells you, hey, if you feel it, you cannot take it anymore.
Yeah.
Talk to me.
Yeah.
Me, when I feel I cannot take it anymore, I talk to my uncle.
Yeah.
He's all the way in the States, but he's the first person I call.
Yeah.
Tell him, hey, man, this is it now.
Yes.
If it is not my uncle, I'll talk to Mike. I'll tell him, hey, Baba, kumeumana.
Hapa ni kubaya.
Hey.
Unakubali hii imenishinda.
But also, as men, we should allow ourselves to people to be vulnerable to us.
Yeah.
We should also allow ourselves to be that space for someone. Because there's no way I expect to have a safe space, and there's no safe space for me. I have to pick in people to give out. I have to drink in order to spit out. I cannot spit from a dry mouth.
Yes.
Wow.
Being vulnerable is one of the easiest routes to resolve and solve issues of suicide among men. The biggest challenge is vulnerability comes with responsibility. And I think sometimes, like we said from the word go, when you are vulnerable to the wrong people or somebody who cannot help you, because by the time you're seeking help, by the time you're coming to me, it's because you believe I can help. But when you believe I can help and I'm not able to help, then it defeats the whole purpose. So the people, you can be vulnerable to somebody who does not understand the responsibility of somebody opening up to you. Yeah.
Then I remember kuna mtu alisema wanaume si ukufia ndani kama thermos. Kama thermos. Tunaweka kila kitu ndani kama thermos. Once imeanguka pap, si wote. You know, yeah.
All right, good. So we have a comment here from Samatian from Nakuru City. I agree with that. Let us men support our fellow men. So ukiona mwanaume ako na shida, pia support your fellow men.
Leave no man behind.
I like what this guy said. He was sharing with us and he said he was boarding a matatu, I don't know from where, then a guy entered and then the guy was all in tears and in tears. So he sat beside him and between him and another lady. So this guy reached out and he asked him,
Bro, what's up?
The guy was crying.
The guy was crying, He was crying. So I moved his seat, sat in between me and another lady. So the guy was literally mourning, crying. So everybody in the matter is wondering what could possibly be. And then after we had moved, I was like, no, I'll need to find out what's going on with this man. So I said, bro, what's up? What's going on? And then he tells me, maybe we're seeing. And then I'm like, what? Those words. Some of us are even thinking maybe amepata simu at labda nani sijui nani amebaby nini imefanyika nini, and then I'm like, simu. And then I was wondering until he brought up. Then I asked the guy, but what do you do? He tells me I'm KDF. Then I'm like, no, what do you mean you're KDF? We were expecting that you're what? You're the strong ones. You are the strong ones. But you see, like you said, we assume that because somebody is, we measure, sometimes we measure up people against their titles and their occupation. How can you be KDF and be crying because you lost a phone? You don't know, you don't have the whole story. Maybe this was just an opportunity for him to
express himself.
Yes.
A crying giant.
Probably probably the phone is not the reason he's crying, but it's the trigger.
Yes, the trigger.
In fact, I was just telling him when he shared that story, that guy must be suffering from PTSD.
Yes.
Oh.
Probably he was in Somali, Kisimayo. Probably he went through things and he didn't debrief. He just didn't debrief.
So we are seeing that, okay.
Wow. Good. We have a question here from Mwenda DM. Great conversation. What are some common signs or subtle behaviors that might indicate a man is struggling with his mental health? And how can friends or family recognize these symptoms early?
But the funny thing is that depression, you can't tell about depression. The way it comes, for you may think you're okay, but you're not okay. The person who will notice you're not okay is your friend. So that's number one. Number two, the moment you see yourself not showering, not changing, you want to sit alone somewhere at the corner, isolation, that's one symptom of depression. And
Not showering, sitting alone, and?
Isolation.
Isolation,
Yeah.
okay.
When a man withdraws from spaces or places you used to, okay, realize there's a guy who is always here. He's not there anymore. He always comes. He's no longer coming. You begin to deal. There's a possibility. There's a reason why he's withdrawing.
A better way to put it is drastic shift in
Character.
Yeah, sure.
Drastic shift in
Character.
I'm a silent guy. All of a sudden, I'm everywhere. Or I'm everywhere. All of a sudden, I'm silent. Yep. Or we could be together and we are having conversations, but I'm just not chipping in. I'm just cheers. Cheers.
But to me, this is one of the biggest one. Inconsistency. When a man begins to be inconsistent,
Yeah.
that's a hugest red flag. When because human beings are creatures of patterns. The moment a person begins to break from certain patterns, it's a huge red flag that man could be dealing with something he doesn't even have an idea what he's dealing with.
When we were in the car coming, Mike shared a story of one of his friends who told him, Bana, don't stop posting what you post.
Yes.
It is what keeps us going. And then Mike told us, the minute you realize a man is not posting and he's used to posting, ask yourself a question. If I'm active on social media and all of a sudden I am not,
Then there's a problem.
there's a problem. I'm not okay. Inconsistency.
But also insecurity. When a person is
Insecure.
dealing with mental issues, they become extremely insecure.
Wow.
Anything, as in you become extra too cautious, too suspicious. Everybody becomes
And it can also be on the other
On the
extremes, that you're very careless.
careless. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
You're very careless with what you're doing. You're very careless with what
You don't care.
what you talk. You just talk.
Then
another thing you'll notice that tunakosana na watu sana.
Oh,
You go to that
yeah,
place,
irritable.
mmekosana, you go to another place, mmekosana. So, jita kamkutano.
Eco depression happening.
Ask yourself, what am I not doing right?
Wow.
Yeah.
So we have a question from Charity. What is the role of a woman in addressing men mental health issues?
Wow, that one.
Hapo sasa ndio anakuja pale po.
Patia mwanaume space yake.
Let a man be a man.
Let a man be a man. Unajua amana watakangi kusumbuliwa, yani sijui ndaiweka aje na better word. Mwanaume anapenda amani. Wewe ikiwa tu ameingia kwa nyumba tu hivi wewe hata hajatoa hata hujamwambia hata karibu, hakuna kikombe ya chai, chumvi imeisha.
majukumu. Unamrusha kwa yes.
Yeah. But truth be told, men go through a lot to provide for their families.
Yes.
They go through a lot.
Those who provide.
They go through a lot. Untold. The mistake we do, utapata ule mwenye ana go out of his way to sacrifice for his family, maybe kama ni school fee, yeye mwenye ataenda alipe. Ama atalipa, apatie the mom the receipt ende wapi kupeleka shule. Mtoto ukiona the mom shule anajua nani analipa school fee? Mom. Aya, time ya report form, time ya nini. Unajua ladies hapo na wapatianga hongera kwa jawajua kujipiga kifua. Takwambia you see, nimekulipia school fee tu jana. Si daddy. Daddy ni akiulizwa kwa nini wewe shule, hiyo ni kazi ya mama. Sasa by the end of the game tunakula kiburi yetu.
Yeah.
Give a man a space, I agree. One way a woman would help the man deal with these issues. Give them space. But number two, support them. A woman was supposed to be a support system for a man. When God says, I'll give you a helper. Women were wired to support men. Unfortunately today, we married women who've become our competitors. So there's a lot of competition in the home. Now, where there's competition, there's no support system. Because your wife is trying to do better than you when she was supposed to bring the best out of you. It doesn't work. That's what women were wired to do, to bring the best out of their men. But when a woman does not realize that is his role, he'll enter into a role of trying to do better than the man. And that's why, by the way, I agree what he says. Today we have a generation of women, for example, wives, who don't appreciate the small milestones. When that man brings that little home, they wish it was more. Rather than appreciating the little that came, they wish you brought home more. And that puts you in one woman under immense pressure. Because now a man has to figure out where to get more than what he is supposed to get. That's why men are getting into crime. Yeah, men will wash. Men are doing wash. Because with wash you get more for less.
Faster.
Exactly.
And also something else which is really bad is comparing your man to other men.
Exactly.
You're killing
Kimotho.
him.
No,
You're killing him.
Unaambiwago bana, angalia baba nani bana, angalia.
You're killing him. You're killing him.
Wewe ni mwanaume sampuli gani?
Exactly.
Sisi tutaivika hapa lini?
Sisi unaulizwa kwani yule mwanaume mfanyingi ndio akona ile kitu. Wewe huwezi fanya. You mean you can't do what that other man is doing?
And let me tell you something about comparison. You see, the person who you always compared to is doing worse than you are. He's never doing better. He's doing worse than you are. But the person who you are, you're far much better. But the minute comparison inaingia. Number one, you don't know what that man does to get his bread. But you know what your man does. You know what his limits are. You know what he can get and what he can't get. Please don't push him to get what he can't get.
Sure.
Life is a journey of steps and steps and steps. And Mwenda, you cannot walk my walk. I cannot walk Pastor Alan's walk. I will only walk my walk.
Every man should be left to run their own race.
Every individual should run their own race.
Yes.
It is only that we need companions to walk with. We need that. I need that wife to be there. I need Mama Wamoyo to be there. I need Wamoyo, Nyambura and Jamba to walk with me.
Yeah.
I need them to follow me.
Yeah.
And in case I feel my energy has run out, I need them to come and tell me, Baba, we can do this. Let's go. You cannot give up on us because we are looking at you. You cannot give up on yourself because if you give up, then we also give up.
I was just giving a comparison of a man who provides. Let me just repeat this. A man who provides. Give them 10,000. Give another lady 10,000. Tell them to budget for the money. Then you'll notice the difference between the man and the woman. Yeah. Madam atakimbia here. Gladi. Mwanaume atafikiria hapa niko na shopping, niko na school fee balance, juu niko na whatever. For the man who provides. Anajua how to calculate mbele. Then yani nasemanga at times it's good una appreciate ile kidogo ule mwanaume anakuja na kwa ajili utapata huyu mwanaume maybe amekaa na trouser for 5 good years mpaka imeisha, but ana sacrifice the little at least aweze kuput bread on the table. So to appreciate wanaume, tembea kwa hizi streets. Like the last like 2 months ago I was having a therapy session in Limuru. Unajua kutembea kwa hiyo barabara uende kwa zile mafilipina zitanga Mahuru Park. Utapata huyu mwanaume amelala, ametoka home, ameambia bibi ameenda kazi, lakini in actual sense anatafuta hakuna kazi. But anatafuta tu ile ka space at least kan 30 minutes akirudi home.
Yes.
Aone tu yenyewe nilikuwa tu na ile nje. Nilikuwa tu nje. So men go through a lot. Ladies there tafadhali wa appreciate wale wana provide. Na pia ukiona mali ana nini msupport utaona
na kama na hizi events tunayakaka za wanaume October November, Father's Day, International Men's Day, Men's Mental Health Day, hizo vitu wakumbukeni. Si ati ni Father's Day unaambia daddy tunaona tupeleka out wapi. And also teach your children to appreciate their dad.
Yes.
Teach your children to, even if you yourself won't appreciate him,
Yes.
teach your children to appreciate their father.
Yeah.
Their father will give them something that will never be given by anyone else.
Exactly.
Their father has that one thing that can trigger success in them.
Yes.
And you cannot get it anywhere else. And that is why men search for father figures. And even ladies who date our babas, what are they looking for? Father figures.
Yes. But figure our money.
They're looking for men who can provide, protect them. Yeah.
Yes.
90% of people who date our babas are ladies who are brought up by single mothers.
Oh. Wow. Good conversation there. Thank you. I see there's somebody who knows you. Great to see Pastor Alan. He taught us on co-parenting during our grade 6 prayer day at Imseto School. That is Peter Karanja.
I taught them on co-parenting with God.
Oh, okay.
How to co-parent with God.
Oh, with God.
Yes.
That's for a single parent.
Yeah, for single.
For separated parents.
For
Yeah, for separated. Yeah. How to co-parent.
okay.
There's a co-parenting you and your
What do you agree with your separated wife?
so separated
Or divorced wife.
Yes, so there's that co-parenting, and then there's co-parenting with God, because also God is our Father, right? So how do you? Yes.
Good. And also, Mike, you talked about men who provide.
Yes.
And sometimes women take credit for everything men do sometimes. That's why somebody told me, when you're giving money, don't give it in the bedroom. Give it in the living room where they can see it.
They can see. Yeah. Patiana, shika hii mwende mnue unga.
Shika enda ununulia watoto nguo.
Enda ulipia wa school fee ndio hii pesa.
Hapo.
That's right. That way the kids know money came from pubs. Others watoto fikirika tu ni mama. Mama buys for us these things. He's the one who buys for us these things.
Yes. So we have something else. Lastly, I know we're out of time.
Yes.
But very quickly, how important is fitness to mental health?
Extremely important. Physical fitness, because with physical fitness, you're also trying. You see, a man who is depressed, even his body shows. A man who is dealing with mental issues, his body shows. There are those who either
Bulk up.
or exactly. So there's a place for physical fitness because it opens a man's mind.
What physical fitness does to you, it gives you a space to relieve whatever is on your mind.
Yes.
It empties your mind. It gives you a blank space to write on.
Yeah.
Instead of going to a bar having a pint, why don't you walk a kilometer or two? Because the same thing is what you're doing in a bar, and the walking is the same thing you're doing. It opens up your mind. It relaxes your body.
Good. What would you say, Mike?
For me, I think having, if you practice and if you talk, it's a therapy in its way. They really help. They help you release maybe your stress or something that you're not able to control. Yeah, because you're focused, dedicated to doing something that will help you, maybe physically or healthically.
Okay. Good. Also, I believe in fitness. Actually, I work out some days, at least 5 days a week. And the day I go to the gym in the morning, my day is full of vigor, full of action. I'm energized. I'm very positive, and my endurance is very, very high.
That's right.
So the day I've not go to the gym, of course, energy is low, rhythm go low. So I believe fitness is an important part of it. Yes. So as we come to a close, one last statement or last word to encourage men out there. So we will start with her. No, let's start with Mike.
For me, I'll go by what you said. And I think you'll have to finish that statement after I've phrased what you said. If you can take your car to a garage and not your body that keeps you moving. You see. So men, we need to step up somewhere. Then on 30th November, we'll be doing a we'll do health, men health awareness. So we'll have therapists, we'll have doctors, eye clinics for free. The entry will also be free. Fitness
guys.
Yeah, we'll do a lot of things there. So make sure you come with your family. For us, as the man talk, we also say we always say we mentor both genders to avoid that issue of GBV in their homes. So they come together with their families. Let's have that fun. Let's check on our health.
Let's encourage our men to check on their health.
Good.
And also there'll be a beard competition.
Beard gang. No shave November.
And Mr. Thuranira is in the lead. Mike is coming in closely on second.
Alan is trying.
I don't know between me and Alan who's third.
By the way, I just shaved like 3 weeks ago,
Then
unfortunately.
you have to pay a good deposit.
Men, don't give up on yourself. Give up on everything else, but not on yourself. Find that safe space for yourself. Keep on moving. Keep on moving. Don't bulk up. Talk and also work out. Let's meet on 30th at the current hospital, where we'll have men's health awareness sessions, where we'll have, as Mike said, people on mental health, physical fitness. We'll have a beard competition, eye checkup. We will also have people who will meet us up to mark the end of men's health awareness month.
Good.
Yes.
Thank you.
My parting shot is to men outside there, don't let what was never meant to kill you. Fight a good fight of faith. It's a good fight of faith because it's a fight you've already won. So the fight against mental health is a fight you've already won. Don't let your mental issues kill you, because they were never designed to kill you. Yeah.
Wow.
Can I add something?
Yes, Mike.
Okay, I can tell all the men, if they want to see interesting and interactive conversation, they can go to our YouTube channel, write TheMantalkSpace. Finya kwanza hapo subscribe, watch, like, comment, and then share.
Good.
But for us, we always say, your action, your responsibility.
Okay. Whatever you do,
Your action, your responsibility.
it's up to you.
What you do, you face the consequences.
The consequences.
I had a prefect who used to tell us, for every action there is an equal opposite reaction. Yes. I don't know what law it was in physics. I think it was Murphy's law or something. Yeah.
Wow, for there to be action, something has to move.
Yes.
All right. So thank you for watching. Thank you for staying with us all this time. Thank you, our guests of Mindspace today, for coming here. We are very grateful. And we'll see you on the 30th at Karen Hospital on Langata Road, opposite my town, Mo Karen. See you there on the 30th as we get to sharpen one another. We get to learn from one another. And men, let's talk. Let's be good. Keep God first. Make money. Never give up.
Adios.